Welcome to the Deep Dive. We're diving into the world of UFOs and government secrecy today.
Sounds intriguing.
You bet it is. Our listeners sent us some fascinating material,
Yeah.
including Clear Intent, the government cover-up of the UFO experience by Fawcett and Greenwood.
Okay, yeah, I've heard of that one.
They're seasoned UFO investigators who claim the government's been covering up the truth about UFOs for decades.
A bold claim.
Definitely. But they say they have declassified documents to prove it.
You know what's really interesting about Fawcett and Greenwood's work? Their reliance on primary sources.
So they're not just speculating.
Nope. We're talking formally classified documents from the FBI, CIA, Air Force, even the NSA.
Wow.
Internal memos, teletype messages, reports, the whole 9 yards.
The real deal.
Exactly. And you've even included some newspaper clippings and court documents.
Yeah, they really help illustrate the incidents discussed in the book.
For sure. This is a deep dive into the heart of government secrecy.
It's going to be a wild ride.
I'm ready.
Okay, let's start with a document that really caught my eye. A formally classified FBI document from 1949.
Okay.
1949, right off the bat, it labels UFOs as top secret.
Top secret, huh? Why the secrecy right from the start?
Well, remember, this is just a few years after Roswell.
Right.
And the Cold War is heating up.
Tensions are high.
Exactly. The government's on edge, looking for any threats to national security.
So they're worried about more than just little green men.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
At this point, the concern was more about potential Soviet technology.
Makes sense.
And, it wasn't just the military who were worried.
Oh.
A declassified memo reveals sightings over Los Alamos where they made the atomic bomb.
Los Alamos.
And get this, the sightings were reported by a wide range of people.
Like who?
Scientists, special agents, airline pilots, Los Alamos security inspectors, military personnel.
Wow, quite the mix.
It's clear these sightings were taken seriously.
By people in positions of authority.
Yeah, absolutely.
So the concern was widespread.
It seems that way.
Yeah.
And it only intensified over time.
How so?
Well, a 1952 CIA memo expresses growing concern about these unidentified objects.
Really?
It even states that some sightings are of such nature that they are not attributable to natural phenomena or known types of aerial vehicles.
Wow. So they're saying these aren't just weather balloons or misidentified planes?
Nope. Now they're directly linking these unexplained aerial phenomena to national security.
Interesting. So we've got top secret classifications, reports from credible witnesses near sensitive sites, and growing concern within the intelligence community.
Seems like the government's taking this seriously.
No doubt. But then why keep it all hush-hush? Why not share their findings with the public?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it?
For sure. Researchers have been trying to figure that out for decades.
What do you think? Why all the secrecy?
Well, maybe the government just didn't know what they were dealing with,
Oh.
and they were afraid of causing panic.
Makes sense.
Can you imagine the chaos if they admitted to having no explanation for these objects?
I mean, yeah, especially during the Cold War.
Right. Any unknown could be perceived as a Soviet weapon.
And they didn't want to appear vulnerable on the world stage.
Exactly. But here's the thing.
What's that?
The secrecy continued long after the Cold War ended.
That's a good point. So there's probably more to the story.
Absolutely. And as we delve deeper into these declassified documents, we're going to uncover even more about the government's involvement in UFO research.
Okay, I'm hooked. Where do we go from here?
Well, one crucial tool that helped bring these secrets to light was the Freedom of Information Act.
The FOIA.
Yep. It's been a powerful tool for researchers like Fawcett and Greenwood.
It allowed them to pry open those closed doors and see what's really going on.
Exactly. And they uncovered some fascinating stuff. One case they found involves a wave of UFO sightings at nuclear bases and missile sites in 1975.
Nuclear bases.
Yeah, not just isolated incidents either. We're talking multiple sightings across various locations.
Well, where?
Loring Air Force Base in Maine, Malmstrom Air Force Base in Montana, places like that.
Those are crucial strategic locations.
Exactly. What's striking about these incidents is the level of detail provided by the witnesses.
Do you mean the military personnel?
Yep. At Loring, for example, they described a large luminous object hovering over the base for hours.
Wow.
Radar operators tracked it. Fighter jets were scrambled to intercept it.
They actually sent jets after it.
Yeah. And similar sightings were reported at other nuclear facilities around the same time.
So it wasn't just a one-off thing.
Not at all. It suggests a pattern.
A pattern of interest in our nuclear capabilities.
It certainly seems that way, yeah.
But by whom? And for what purpose?
That's the million-dollar question.
Again,
Fawcett and Greenwood connect the dots between these incidents using declassified documents.
so they're trying to find the bigger picture.
Exactly.
What other incidents did they uncover through their FOIA requests?
Well, there's this mysterious incident on Belle Island, Newfoundland in 1977.
Belle Island. What happened there?
2 defense attachés, high-ranking military officials, were sent there after a mysterious blast.
A blast. What kind of blast?
The details are murky, but these attaches were believed to be connected to research on death ray-type weapons.
Death rays. You're kidding?
Nope. What were they doing on Belle Island? Was the blast related to their research? Or was something else going on?
Were they investigating a potential UFO incident related to their work?
We don't know. It's still shrouded in secrecy.
Wow.
But this incident, along with the sightings at nuclear bases, paints a picture of a government deeply concerned about the potential connection between UFOs and advanced technology.
Okay, this is getting really interesting.
It is, and remember all that data NORAD's been collecting.
NORAD, the North American Aerospace Defense Command.
That's the one. They have records on something called uncorrelated observations.
Uncorrelated observations. What are those?
Basically, unidentified objects detected in the atmosphere and space.
Interesting.
And get this, NORAD has collected approximately 10 million uncorrelated observations.
10 million. That's incredible.
It is. According to Fawcett and Greenwood, that suggests a significant number of unexplained incidents.
So even the official data hints at something extraordinary happening.
It seems that way. So while the government might be downplaying the UFO phenomenon publicly, they're definitely paying attention behind the scenes.
But why all the secrecy? What are they hiding?
That's what we'll explore next as we delve into the CIA's role in UFO research.
The CIA. I thought the Air Force was the main player.
They were, but the CIA had their own secrets to keep.
Okay, this is getting good. I can't wait to hear more.
You won't be disappointed. You know, the CIA's involvement in UFO research goes deeper than you might think.
Oh, really? How so?
Well, in response to a 1976 FOIA request, the CIA admitted they were investigating UFOs too.
I guess that makes sense.
They claimed their main interest was determining if these objects posed a threat to national security.
Okay, that's understandable.
And remember the Robertson panel?
That was a scientific group convened by the CIA in 1952, right?
Exactly. Their conclusion, which really shaped public opinion and government policy, was that UFOs weren't a threat.
And that they were mostly just misidentified phenomena.
Right. But if the Robertson panel dismissed UFOs as nothing to worry about, why did the CIA continue to investigate certain cases?
The ones that couldn't be easily explained away.
Yeah. It seems like they were saying one thing publicly, but doing something else entirely behind the scenes.
That's pretty suspicious.
And one case that really caught their attention was the Socorro, Mexico incident in 1964.
Socorro. I've heard of that one. What happened there?
A police officer, Lonnie Zamora, saw a metallic egg-shaped object landing near a ravine.
Wow, a landed UFO.
That's what he reported. He even said he saw 2 beings near the object.
2 beings. What'd they look like?
Unfortunately, the descriptions are pretty vague, but when Zamora approached, the object took off.
With the 2 beings inside.
We don't know. But it took off with a roar and a blue flame.
Wow, that sounds like a scene from a movie.
It does, doesn't it? And get this, even the head of Project Blue Book admitted he couldn't explain the Socorro incident.
Project Blue Book, the Air Force's UFO investigation program.
That's the one, and he said this in a classified CIA publication.
So even though they were publicly downplaying the UFO phenomenon, they were privately acknowledging that there were cases they couldn't explain.
It seems that way. It's like they were acknowledging the possibility of something truly extraordinary, while simultaneously trying to downplay it publicly.
So what's the motivation behind this secrecy? Is it just about avoiding public panic? Or is there something more?
Well, imagine the potential implications of confirming the existence of extraterrestrial life or technology far beyond our own.
Yeah, it would be huge.
It could challenge everything we think we know about science, religion, or our place in the universe.
It would be a paradigm shift for sure.
Exactly, and I can see how a government might feel compelled to control the narrative in that situation.
Especially if they don't fully understand what they're dealing with.
Right, but keeping the public in the dark can also backfire.
How so?
It breeds mistrust and fuels conspiracy theories.
Which can be even more damaging than open and honest communication.
You got it. Transparency is crucial, especially when dealing with something as potentially significant as this.
Okay, I see your point. But what if there are other reasons for the secrecy?
Like what?
What if they've recovered crashed UFOs? Or made contact with extraterrestrials?
You mean like a real-life Men in Black?
Yeah,
scenario.
exactly.
Well, there's no concrete evidence to support that in the documents we've reviewed,
Okay.
but it's certainly a possibility, isn't it?
I suppose so. But even if that's not happening, imagine the technological advancements we could achieve if we had access to alien technology.
It would be mind-blowing. We could revolutionize energy production, transportation, medicine. The list goes on.
It's almost too much to comprehend.
It is. But then it raises some ethical concerns, too.
Like what?
What if the government is hoarding this technology for their own gain?
Preventing the world from benefiting from these advancements.
Exactly. Who controls this technology? Who benefits from it? These are questions we need to be asking.
That's a good point. And what about the potential military applications?
Right. If a government gets its hands on advanced weaponry through reverse engineering alien technology, it could completely upset the balance of power.
That's a scary thought.
It is. It could lead to a whole new kind of arms race.
Okay, maybe we should step back for a second and consider another angle. What if some of these UFOs are actually secret government projects?
You mean like advanced aircraft or technologies that they're testing?
Yeah, stuff they don't want the public or other countries to know about.
Fawcett and Greenwood do mention some examples of secret government projects that could have been mistaken for UFOs.
Oh, really? Like what?
Well, for example, the U.S. Air Force had re-entry vehicles designed to return from space at high speeds.
Okay.
Those could have created unusual visual effects during re-entry, maybe leading to some misidentifications.
And then there was that Canadian saucer project, right?
Right. The details are scarce, but it's an intriguing piece of the puzzle.
It is. It suggests that governments have been experimenting with unconventional aircraft designs for decades.
For sure. And it's plausible that similar projects, maybe even more advanced ones, exist now.
And that their test flights could account for some UFO sightings.
It's possible, but what about the really bizarre sightings?
The ones that can't be easily explained away by conventional technology.
Yeah, the ones where objects are seen performing maneuvers that seem to defy physics.
How do we reconcile those reports with the idea of secret government projects?
That's where things get really interesting. And it's why the extraterrestrial hypothesis, despite sounding outlandish, continues to hold sway.
Because there are just some things we can't explain otherwise.
Exactly. Even if some UFO sightings can be attributed to secret government projects, there are still a significant number of cases that defy conventional explanations.
And as we've seen, even some government officials have privately acknowledged that.
That's right. So we've got unexplained phenomena, potential cover-ups, and a government that seems to be playing a game of hide-and-seek with the truth.
It's a lot to wrap your head around.
It is. Maybe we need to shift our perspective a bit.
How so?
What if the missing piece of the puzzle isn't a specific piece of evidence or a hidden government program?
And what is it?
What if it's a fundamental gap in our own understanding?
You mean like a paradigm shift?
Exactly. What if these objects operate on principles that we haven't even begun to grasp? What if our current scientific models just aren't adequate to explain what we're seeing?
Whoa! You're saying that maybe these UFOs aren't just advanced technology, they're something entirely different.
Something that challenges our very notions of physics and reality. It's a possibility, isn't it?
Okay, you've officially blown my mind. So you're saying that maybe these UFOs aren't just from another planet, they're from another dimension.
Some theories suggest that, yeah, they might be interdimensional, able to shift between dimensions or manipulate space-time in ways we can't even comprehend.
Interdimensional. That's wild. What other theories are out there?
Some propose that they might be biomechanical, a fusion of technology and biology that blurs the line between machine and living organism.
Wow, that's even more out there.
It is. But the universe is a vast and mysterious place. Who are we to say what's possible and what's not?
That's true. Our understanding of the universe is constantly evolving.
Exactly. New discoveries are being made all the time. What seems impossible today might be commonplace tomorrow.
And if these UFOs really are from another world or dimension, their understanding of science and technology could be light years ahead of our own.
It's humbling to think that we might just be scratching the surface of what's out there.
But all this talk of government secrecy and potential cover-ups raises some serious concerns.
It does.
What are the practical implications of all this for us? I mean, for the people living in this world?
That's a crucial question, and it's one we'll explore in the final part of our deep dive. Stay tuned. You know, all this secrecy surrounding UFOs has some real-world consequences.
Oh, yeah. Like what?
Well, it's not just about those mysterious objects in the sky. Government secrecy, especially on a topic as big as this, can have wide-reaching implications.
Like, what kind of implications are we talking about?
One of the most concerning is the erosion of trust in our institutions.
I see what you mean.
When those in power are seen as hiding information or manipulating the truth, it creates suspicion and doubt.
Yeah, if the government's not honest about something like UFOs, how can we trust them on other issues?
Exactly. It's a boy who cried wolf situation.
I get it.
If the public's been misled or dismissed on UFOs, they might not believe the government on other things.
Like a public health crisis or an environmental threat.
Exactly. Or even national security concerns.
So keeping secrets, even to prevent panic, can actually backfire.
It can. It can create more instability in the long run.
And it's not just about trusting the government, right?
Right. This secrecy also affects scientific progress.
How so?
If the government has advanced technologies, whether from aliens or developed in secret, they're holding back scientific advancement.
You're saying we could be on the verge of breakthroughs in energy, propulsion, medicine, and we're being denied because of secrecy.
It's a real possibility. Imagine if we knew the secrets of UFO propulsion systems.
That would be incredible.
We could revolutionize space travel, transportation, even our understanding of physics.
But instead, this knowledge is hidden away
It seems that way. It's like keeping a cure for a disease secret.
because you're afraid of disrupting the industry.
Exactly. It betrays the public trust and hinders progress.
And what about the economic implications?
Right. Confirming extraterrestrial life or revealing advanced technologies could totally shake things up.
It would impact financial markets, global industries, our whole way of life.
Exactly. Some people think the government might be trying to control this information to prevent that disruption.
But wouldn't it be better to prepare for those changes instead of trying to suppress them?
Probably. Trying to hold back knowledge seems like a losing battle.
The truth always comes out eventually.
It does. Transparency and open dialogue are crucial.
So what can we do about all of this? It feels impossible to challenge government secrecy on such a huge scale.
It might seem daunting, but informed citizens have power.
Okay, so what can we do?
First, awareness. The more people know about this issue and the impact of government secrecy, the more we can push for transparency.
So educating ourselves and others is key.
It is. We can engage in constructive dialogue, share information responsibly, and support organizations working for UFO disclosure.
And we can support investigative journalists and researchers who are working to uncover the truth.
Absolutely. They play a crucial role in holding those in power accountable.
And what about activism? Can we do anything like that?
Of course. Contact your elected officials, sign petitions, participate in peaceful protests.
Those actions can make a difference.
They can. It shows that we demand transparency from our government.
It's a good reminder that we're not powerless,
We're not. We have a voice and a right to know what's going on.
especially when it comes to something that could affect the future of our planet.
Exactly. This deep dive into UFOs and government secrecy has been quite a journey.
It has. We've explored declassified documents, historical incidents, and some mind-blowing possibilities.
It's been fascinating and a little unsettling at times.
Definitely. But what's the most important thing we've learned?
I think it's the importance of critical thinking, questioning authority, and demanding transparency.
We can't just blindly accept what we're told.
We have to be engaged, informed, and active in searching for the truth.
Well said. A big thank you to our listener for sending us on this deep dive.
It's been an incredible experience.
And to everyone listening out there, keep those minds open, stay curious, and never stop searching for the truth. Until next time.